Hi everybody, Dr. Sean Casey here with Healthcare Complete Back and Neck Pain Center. Today we're talking about back health and getting out in the yard, attacking those big yard projects, which is always kind of fun. I love getting out in the nice weather and doing things, but there's a way to do it and a way to kind of prevent big injuries, because unfortunately we see a lot of folks that have gardening injuries. Now it sounds mild, but gardening covers a lot of things. Between raking, shoveling, digging, I don't know about you, but hauling bags of mulch, hauling bags of dirt, sometimes concrete block can be a little tough on the body, and it's not something we do every day. So it's always good to do a little preparedness beforehand. So I always recommend, number one, if you're going to do a big project, maybe the first day you look at getting the materials and loading those in so you're not doing all the work at one time. Of course, proper lifting techniques key. The great thing is a lot of the garden centers and Home Depots you go to, they'll actually load your vehicle for you. But if you are lifting big bags of mulch and concrete, I do recommend using your hands to lift, holding close to the body, using your legs, doing that lifting. So we want to avoid kind of picking it off a cart, rotating, put it in the back of the trunk or in the bed of your truck. So take your time with that, especially with small things too. Sometimes people will forget, even if it's a small concrete block, lifting and rotating constantly the same way, especially when you're not used to that type of activity, can create a lot of back strains and injuries. So be real cautious with that. Something else we'll talk about too, it sounds funny, but getting out in the garden, just like any other physical activity, it's a really good idea to do some stretching, a little bit of warming up beforehand. Get loosened up a little bit. That way you're not all of a sudden challenging a muscle or a joint with some heavy duty work that's going to cause a strain or injury. Another thing we'll look at too, when we talk about digging or shoveling in the yard, we don't think about it, but the proper tools make a big difference. Obviously gloves to kind of stabilize the hands and wrists and not tear those hands up, but also a fun thing to do is sharpen your shovel. We don't think about it, but that dull edge in the shovel makes you work a whole heck of a lot harder. I learned this years ago. Sharpening the blade on your shovel before you start makes life a whole lot easier, and you don't put as much strain on your body doing so. Proper footwear. We want to make sure we've got some shoes that are going to have some good foot and ankle support so we don't create strains. We'll see a lot of cases of ankle injuries and strains trying to shovel, wearing bad shoes and torquing that ankle out of place, so we have to work to get that built back up again. Another thing we always talk about with patients that do a lot of gardening, especially working in planting beds, is actually sitting while you do it. If you can, a lot of times at the home stores, you can get a 5-gallon bucket. They have little seat pads you can put on there, put your tools in there, and sit on that when you're doing a lot of weeding and work when you know you're going to be down for a long period of time. Or if you're going to be on your knees doing some heavy digging and planting, little cushions for those knees make a huge difference. Let you do a lot more and actually make it more pleasurable as opposed to causing a lot of pain. So hopefully these tips help out, make it more fun than a tough chore. But enjoy your gardening. If you do have any problems with it though, let us know. We'll be happy to give you some guidance to make it a better time. Have a great day.